Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the implications of Chinese economic expansion in Africa. And of course, we have to talk about the implication of Chinese economic expansion in Africa. Dr. Leonard Madu. Dr. Madu is a law professor as well as the chairperson and the president of an organization called Pan-Africa. And of course, Dr. Madu, let me welcome you to the show this morning. And let me apologize for getting those terms and those your positions sort of confused in a real sense. But it only means, Dr. Madu, that when we talk about the implications of the economic expansion of China in Africa, it simply reminds me of a show that we did almost 25 years ago.
That's correct.
Dealing with Africa and China, when at that time I think that you mentioned the fact of China becoming more important and stronger in Africa, and since the Olympics and et cetera, we now have a different view in terms of what is going on in China. And so those are the things that I would imagine that you're going to talk. Let's start off by having some background information in reference to China in Africa, Dr. Madu.
Yes, thank you. My pleasure, to be back on this program. It's always a pleasure. Of course, most people, when they hear about, the current Chinese business interests in Africa, I think it just started today. But they forget that the Chinese have been in Africa for very long. In fact, as far back as 225 BC, the Chinese had trade relations, with Africans. And then about 1415, a Chinese admiral named Zheng, made a trip to the coast of Africa through Mozambique, Somalia, and the rest, giving tributes to African kings and receiving tributes back to the emperor of China, until about 1949, when the communists came to power in China under Mao Zedong. Because of the political situation in the world at that time, China's intent was to cultivate the so-called Third World, which means Africa, Asian countries, Latin American countries, then under the yoke of colonialism, to help them, become independent. And at the same time,